Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage.
Hey, thanks for joining us on today's video. Listen, man, we're talking about a car today that is now 50 years old. We're doing this video in 2012. This car is 50 years old, and you have to see some style here that no matter what, if you don't even love cars, if somebody's forcing you to watch this video, if they're forcing you, this is the kind of car that just makes you smile when it's going down the road. But this one in particular is a little bit different. This is a true super sport. This is the real 409. Song was written about it. The 409 meaning it has dual quad, 2 4-barrel carburetors from the factory with the 4-speed, okay? And just some great features on it. And it's a beautiful restoration as well. So when I open the hood, you're gonna go, wow, that thing is gorgeous. And I have to tell you, although the red lines are not correct for 62, they look so good on the car, that's why you put them on there. We're happy to take them off for you. We have the correct white wall tires that would go on. You have your choice, you can have either one. So it doesn't matter to me, but the red line just looks so nice with the red interior on there. I'm thinking that even if you want to, we throw a slight little red pinstripe right on here. That pulls the interior out. You go with the red line tires, and this car pops, man, all right? Anyway, so the paint itself is really spectacular and super smooth, nicely detailed, wet sanded, heavily cleared and buffed to a show finish. The problem is on white, the type font doesn't show up too well, but I have to tell you, just some reflections, I don't know if you can see anything in here, the reflections on here are really, really nice. All the chrome and stainless has been redone, new bumpers, new trim, decals. We even have a few more items that weren't put on the car yet, like some emblems and things. So if you see something in here that you don't see is done yet, that's probably on the way, okay? All right, but I want to get the video out so that you could see it. So anyway, we talked about the wheels and tires. 15-inch rally wheels with the BFG Redline radial tires. Instead of the belted tire from back in the day, you know, these radials really make the car drive well. So, but if you're going to show this car, because the underneath of this car is all detailed and painted, and you're going to take it to some shows and things like that, it might be right to get either the SS hubcaps and the wheels with the white walls, or maybe even some painted steel wheels with the poverty caps on them. We can do either one of those. I'm happy to keep these. We'll work something out. All right. Anyway, so let's keep rolling around. But what I wanted you to see was the fit and finish. The reason the fit and finish is important on these cars is because they have really long panels. And over time, they shrink, they warp, you know, things happen to them. And unless a restoration is done really nicely, you're going to get waves and things. In this car, the gaps and everything just fit really nicely. All the stainless is redone, the ribs in the roof. You know, this is a styling treatment. This isn't by accident. This is to give it almost like a convertible top look in the hardtop. These were very stylish during their time. Check out this machine-turned trim inside, this insert in here. SS callouts, and then these cool, awesome-looking taillights. Keep in mind, we're still talking about the jet age right here. So this is the jet engines kind of firing out, and that antenna looks great. This is designed to give you like a rear vent look. This piece is a trim, and it just looks great. The interior is spectacular as well. But anyway, let's take a peek under the hood for a minute so we can see what all the motivation is about. Okay. Check this out, man. This is really nicely done. All right, so it's all detailed in here. You got the correct air cleaner, the dual snorkel. Still has the original generator on it. Hasn't been upgraded to an alternator. OptiClean bottles still here. Radiators all done, detailed and painted. The correct tower clamps are on here. Glass fuel filter, exhaust manifolds. Just really nicely done. This right here, we have a battery topper for it as well, but I wanted to show you this green knob right here is really nice. You just turn it a quarter turn. It cuts the power off to the car. And that way the battery is fully charged and ready for you. When you come back, you just turn it back on, or you take the knob with you if you're at a show or you go out to dinner and you're afraid of wherever you are. You just take the knob with you and then nobody can start the car. This is a little bit over restored, this car. This is beautiful in here. It's nicely done. It's got the insulation, it's got the 409 callouts, everything. Like if Justin could come up here for a second. It's all the detail down in there, guys. This is what I'm talking about you're paying for. Somebody took this car completely apart and offered you something virtually brand new. The heat works, the lights work, the turn signals work, the high beams work, it steers well, it runs well, and more importantly, it sounds well. And sounds well is not right. It sounds great. All right, so come check this out. You know, I don't want to get in the way of this, but that is one cool piece of, this is like art, man. The cool thing about this is you can get in this piece of art and go for a drive. These cars have continued to go up in value over time, and if we could, I'd like to take a quick second so you can have a peek at underneath. Like, check that out. All the detail in there is just fabulous, from the exhaust to the painted frame, new gas tank and straps, exhaust, spare tire well. I mean, everything is nicely done in here. It just looks so good. You have no idea the amount of effort that it takes to get a car to these levels, not to mention getting a real Super Sport, not to mention a dual quad 409, and not to mention the Beach Boys singing about my 409. Okay, again, beautifully done. Got the mats in here. We didn't put anything in here as far as spare tires and things like that. We have some in stock if you'd like one, so we're happy to put that in. And then, of course, the detail of the trunk in here, new seals, gaskets, bezels, chrome here, bumper. It goes on and on. If you've ever restored a car, you can imagine what somebody has spent to restore this car here. Okay, let's check out the inside. This is, for me, this is kind of why I do what I do. Like, I check out these cars here. I love high-tech stuff. I love my iPhone, and I love my digital TV and all that stuff. But you know what I do love? I do love to leave that stuff once in a while, because I think that these cars here take you back to a different time. Plus, you get in this car, man, and everybody loves to talk about it, how much fun it just goes, the smiles that it gives. There's all this room for people. Check this out, man. Like, you could take your family or the kids or another couple to dinner in this car. You don't have to jump in the sport utility. You can jump in this car right here. Go for a drive, and guaranteed, what car are they going to park out front for the valet? They're going to park this, man. Guys who park cars, first off, love cars typically, and secondly, this car out front, everybody who walks out who's waiting for their Porsche to be pulled up, or their, ML55, whatever it is they're getting pulled up, will always point at this car and go, wow, man, look at that thing. That is beautiful. And that's because it is. Anyway, so enough of my rambling. 120 mile an hour speedometer, okay? Full factory gauges right here. It's got the original Motorola AM radio in it called Golden Voice. I'm not sure how golden the AM radio voice was, but it's kind of cool. So what we do for a lot of people is we install a digital sound system, okay, inside the glove box. This one happens to be locked. Yeah, so we put it right inside here for you, okay, and that way you don't cut up the dash, you don't ruin the aesthetics of here, but you still get your AM, FM, iPod, CD, those kinds of things, a couple speakers we hide around inside the car, and it comes with a remote. And the remote also can go right inside the console here, okay? And that's that. So the one thing I wanted to show you was, we've been keeping this out of the car. I guess we're going to install this now because it was just restored. Is this is the cal tag, okay? And it shows trim 812. 812 is bucket seats for a Super Sport, okay? It also shows it to be 1847, which also makes it a Super Sport as well. So that's two things just to authenticate that. We'll have that installed back on the dash because we're just finishing up detailing under the hood. I just wanted you to see that. That shifter knob, and we do have a few more chrome pieces for the inside just to kind of freshen it up one last step before you go. All right, so little stuff like the footwell lighting is working, which is nice, and that's what you want. The polished vents are down there. Anyway, you know what? I rambled so much about it. You're like, dude, shut up and start the car. And you're absolutely right. I need to shut up and start the car, so that's what I'm going to do. Now listen to the solid lifters of the engine. You hear them clacking away, which to me is like music. Some people say, well, that's why they went to hydraulic camshafts, because they got rid of that mechanical sound. The truth of the matter is, the mechanical sound is why you buy this car. Remind us to update the pictures, but one thing we had that we didn't get installed in time was we did the factory tack that would go right here. This car also has tilt wheel, which is super rare for its time. And I think that as you look around, this is just a really great interior. White with red to me has always been classic. I get so tired of seeing white with black. White with red is a bold statement. Plus the white just seems to hold up so well for so much longer. You know, as we close up the video on this original Super Sport Impala, I challenge you to find a fully restored car with a 409 with a 4-speed, nicely done like this with some great options anywhere near the value that this car is presented at. So if in your lifetime, if you could afford to get a great classic car, nothing wrong with getting a Super Sport Impala, and there's nothing wrong with getting a big block with dual quads and a 4-speed. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000 and we'll find a way to get this car in your garage.